Hi guys, long time no videos, sorry about that, but I have excuses. First, in November and December I had a pretty hectic time at work. I don't even remember how many Sundays and 12-hour shifts I had to work. And then in January I became a father to a wonderful baby boy, so he takes a lot of my free time right now. Still, things are going back to normal and I'm preparing new reviews. More than a few videos are coming in the following weeks. There will be a comparison of Canon 16-35 IS with the older 17-40, as well as review of this wonderful Olympus 75mm lens. Then it's time for some full-frame mirrorless. I already spent some time with the Panasonic S1R and I'm just waiting for Adobe to release RAW support to evaluate image quality and finish that review, as well as Panasonic 24-105 lens. Then I will compare Canon EOS R and RP. Also, reviews of native R-mount lenses are underway, 35 f1.8 and the spectacular Leviathan 28-70 f2. It may have been quiet on my channel for some time, but I will make it up to you. Also, I have a new camera. Maybe you remember I bought Panasonic GX80 last year and I was quite pleased with it. Well, at least until it malfunctioned. Actually, the camera works, but the problem is the rear control dial, which developed a mind of its own. Sometimes it would work, sometimes not. And in some occasions I would turn it in one direction, but the value on the screen would move in the opposite. Luckily, I bought that camera over at Amazon Germany and they have excellent customer care. Without further questions, they offered me two choices. First, to send me a brand new camera even before I send them back the malfunctioned one, and second, a full money refund, including what I will pay for sending it back to Germany. For a moment I thought I will just take a new camera and continue like nothing happened, but then it occurred to me, what if the second camera malfunctions as well? That rear dial is a known issue not only on GX80 but on many other Panasonic models. GM5 has it, GX7, also I think I saw some reports on the new GX9 for the same issue. Finally, as much as I like GX80, some things turned out to be a bit underwhelming in the long term. There is no weather sealing, buttons are a bit too small for my taste, and battery life is really unimpressive. I got 150, maybe 200 shots on average the way I use this camera, and that is really low. Finally, what bothered me the most is the electronic viewfinder. It is small and not much fun to use, and I use EVF way more than I use LCD. So I returned GX80 and got the money back. I still recommend GX80, I believe it's a great value for the money, but in the long term, as I said, it didn't work out for me. I briefly considered buying the GX9, but in my opinion that camera is not a true GX8 successor, but more GX90. It still has no weather sealing, still a very weak battery, it doesn't have microphone input, and once again it uses that awful electronic viewfinder. So after some consideration I said to myself, to hell, it's only money, and I bought the camera which I consider to be the most refined mirrorless made so far. The G9. This camera is wonderful, it is full packed with features, it has excellent image quality, 4K 60p video, all the connectors, weather sealing, and also a wonderful OLED electronic viewfinder, what is very important for me. Finally, I would like to discuss new mirrorless systems that have been announced in the last couple of months. Never before have we had so many options. At this point, pretty much every manufacturer has at least two lens mounts and sometimes even two sensor sizes within that mount. Also, third-party manufacturers like Sigma, Tamron, Samyang, etc. are competing who will make the sharper and the more unique lens. All this is great, in my opinion the more choices we have the better for us, but in my opinion this will not last. Who is all this gear made for? Camera market is in constant decline all the way from 2010, and it will keep dropping for at least 2 or 3 more years. Smartphones are more than good enough for general non-enthusiast population, and those who wanted an interchangeable lens camera system already bought one. So manufacturers are basically hoping for professionals and photo enthusiasts to make a massive switch from DSLR to mirrorless, or maybe use both systems at the same time. But a lot of photographers will ask themselves why. Pretty much any camera or lens made in the last 5 to 10 years is good enough for majority of users, both pros and enthusiasts. There's a bunch of professionals out there still shooting weddings with cameras as old as Nikon D700 or Canon 5D Mark II, and they get the job done just fine. All this new gear is great, but in my opinion doesn't bring such a difference to justify massive exchange for the new ones and loss of money from reselling old gear. Therefore, I think not all of the current camera systems will survive, but which ones will survive will be interesting to see. Basically, what I recommend to everyone at this point is to wait maybe until early to mid 2020 to see what new lenses and cameras will be introduced and how the reviews turn up. That's all from me in this video. See you soon in many reviews I am preparing, and thanks for watching.